Okay, so far, what I have is the basic movement and the camera rotation, so the player can walk or run in relation to the camera. What I want to do is I want to implement aiming, so if I press a key, let's just say the middle mouse button, then he goes into aiming mode, like almost a third-person shooting mode, and then if I press the same button again, then he goes back into this mode. So to start off, I'm going to press Q to get out of this, and then I'm going to go to project settings, input map, and I want to add a new action, and it's going to be called aim, and the button is going to be I'll make it middle mouse button. Okay, so I'm going to hop into the script. Okay, so in the script I'm going to start off by creating a variable. It's going to be called variable aiming. And it's going to be set to 0 by default. I want to go into my input function. Now I'm going to create an if statement. If event is action pressed aim, so if the aim button is pressed and aiming is set to 0, then aiming is going to be set to 1. Else if event is underscore action pressed aim, and so if the button is pressed and aiming equals set to 1, and aiming is going to be set to 0. So all I have to do at this point is I want to go all the way down into the physics process. At the very bottom I have a piece of code that calculates the character's rotation in relation to the rotation of the camera. So I want to let this only happen if aiming is set to 0. So I have to indent all this. Oops. And else if aiming is set to 1, then a piece of code that I'm going to use is skin rotation, which is the name that I gave to my Goth default post, their character model. Skin rotation.y equals the camera pivot, which is the parent to the spring arm and the camera, dot global transform dot basis dot get underscore Euler dot y. Okay, so first I need to make some fixes. I made a typo here, action pressed, and this should be 0.1, 1.0. So before I hit play, I'm going to add some animations. So I'm going to go to 3D So I've got some different poses while he's aiming. So I'll start with idle. Idle GLB, double click. Actions, set animation, set paths, select current folder, set paths, re-import. And I believe this is it here, so I'm going to rename this to Goth Goth shoot idle. Where did it go? Shot Goth shoot. Okay, it's way down here. I'll do walk. So double click. Set animation, save paths, select current folder, set paths, re-import. Same deal, comes up here. I need to rename this to shoot walk. Double click the run. Select current folder, set paths, re-import. Okay, but rename. And I have one last one, which is the actual shoot. So action, save, animation, save paths, select current folder, set paths, re-import. And I'm going to rename this to shoot, pose, shoot. Actually, I'm going to rename all these ones to shoot, pose, to keep it consistent. Shoot, pose, run, and shoot, pose, walk. So I need to go to the animation player, manage animations. So click on animation, manage animations. I'm going to click here, Goth, animations, shoot, pose, idle, shoot, pose, walk, shoot, pose, run, and shoot, pose, shoot. Press OK. I'm going to go with the animation tree. And right now I want to create another blend space 1D. What I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this. I'm going to do a one shot. And so the second blend space that I'm creating right here, it's only going to go here if it's fired, but if it's aborted, then it's going to go to this default. So I'm going to go back here. So I need to open the editor, right click, add animation, shoot, pose, idle. In the center, right click, shoot pose walk, and far left or far right shoot pose run. I'm going to go back to the root. I'm going to create another one shot, and I want to create an animation, and this animation is going to be the shoot pose shoot. This a little bit bigger. So this is the regular idle walk run, but this shooting animation can only be played if it's fired while it's under the aiming animations, the aiming idle walk run. First, another thing that I need to do is I need to go to each one of these, and I'm going to loop it. So idle, looping, idle walk, press loop. So that's looping. And run, press loop, I play. And the only one that's not going to loop is the shoot, obviously. So it's just gonna shoot once. Okay, so back in the code. Okay, so in order to toggle between the animations, underneath the input where the input function where I press aim, the middle mouse button, I need to add this piece of code. So I'm just gonna plunk it right here, except with the animation tree selected, I need to find the correct one shot. So the one shot that toggles between the regular idle walk run versus the shoot idle walk run is one shot 2. So one shot 2, I need to copy property path and paste that. So one shot 2 request, and once this is fire, if it's fired, then it goes from 0 to 1, meaning it goes from non-aiming to aiming. But if I press it again, if I press the button again, but if I press the button and aiming is set to 1, if it's already 1, then it gets set to 0, and this gets set to okay. One thing I forgot is in the animation tree. Oops. I'm gonna go back here to the shooting blind space. Oh, I thought I didn't. Wait, I think that's the wrong one. Blind space. Is that the right one? Oh, this is actually. I need to delete. This is from 0. So here I'm going to put shoot pose idle, and then in the middle it's going to be shoot pose walk. And back in the script, I also need to put a condition. Right now I only have it so that it toggles between the two different blend spaces, but I also need to go down here and set a condition for the actual animations. So right now I have a piece of script that plays the idle walk run, but this should only happen if aiming is equal to 0. Else if aiming is equal to 1, then I'm going to copy and paste this here, except blend position. I want to right click here, copy property path, and paste it inside of here. So instead of blend space ID 1D, I'm doing blend space 1D2, which is the shoot pose. And one last thing that I want to do is under function input, if aiming equals 1 and event action pressed shoot, so if the left mouse button is pressed, maybe actually I'll switch these around. So if the shoot button is pressed and aiming is equal to 1, then I'll copy and paste this. I'm going to do fire, and I am going to fire this one right here. So animation 2. So this is the one shot 3. So one shot 3, I'm going to copy property path, and I'm going to put it here. So this is for the shooting, and he can only shoot if he's aiming. But I don't know if it aborts right away. Okay, one thing that I need to change is this isn't shoot, this is action. So that left mouse button is called the action button. And if I play this, okay, my recording software is really laggy, so I'm gonna record this on my phone. I'm recording my screen using my phone instead. So when I hit play, you can see my character. Gotta hit the left mouse button, and I'm moving around. I can run, I can jump. When I hit just say I'm facing this way, and I hit the middle mouse button, then I spin around, and when I rotate my mouse, he rotates with it, which is great. I can run, but as soon as I shoot, if I hit the left mouse button, he shoots, but his arms go down, and I'm in this shooting mode, but the animation or the it's the wrong blend space. So I gotta hit the middle mouse button again, which puts me into normal mode, and then I have to press the middle mouse button again to put him into shooting mode. But again, once I shoot again, then he clicks back. So I don't know how to fix that. So I'm gonna hit Q to get out of this. But I'm not gonna worry about that in this video because this video is getting too long. I'm gonna save that for the next video. Hopefully I only have to do one more. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that, and hopefully you enjoy that, and hopefully I'll see you in future videos. Okay, thanks.